First thing we're going to do is go ahead and do 3 deep cleansing breaths to quiet the mind and let the amygdalas know we're just learning. That's all we're doing. It's taking in some new neurological information. Chill out. Don't feel like you need to be hijacked. It's all good. On your own, you're going to inhale and exhale 3 deep breaths. Good morning. I am Dr. Donna Louise Thomas-Rodgers, daughter of Leslie Darnell Thomas, granddaughter of Arthur Jethro Ewing II, and great-granddaughter of Levi Thomas. Welcome to your morning mental workout. We are going to be working out the brain. Go ahead and ensure that you have some water available. You have been asleep all night, and even during sleep, the neurologist that I follow on TikTok has indicated that your cells and nervous system can still dehydrate even while you are asleep. So therefore, you need to go ahead and hydrate. If you have not already done so, started doing it this morning. If you're across the pond, then throughout the day, you should have hydrated. Today's topic, and I alluded to this over the weekend, we're going to be discussing stop caring about what other people think. So how do you do this? And I think I'm about to sneeze. I'm having an allergy day. I was at an appointment. I started thinking it was in my default mode network. Then I started thinking about other people. And so in that moment, I went on ChatGPT and I said, why do you care about what people think? And here's the information between then and yesterday that I extrapolated so that you can stop caring about what people think. And the other thing that I'd like to do right now, because I haven't done it in a minute, is a poll question. Let me see what this button does. Okay. All right. I think it made it brighter, if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and answer the poll question. Gonna close that out. Yeah, I think it did give it some more light. That's great. Okay, so we're going to be talking about stop caring what people think. And what are the brain regions involved in caring about what people think? I'm going to show the graphic. If you look at the top graphic at the top, go ahead and take a screenshot of this in order for you to have it in the device that you're using to be able to refer to it after the live. That would be great for yourself. And if you look at the top, you will see that this is caring what other people think. These are the brain regions that are involved in that process. I'll give you a moment to screenshot it. Okay, and I'm back. So the regions of the brain involved in caring what other people think are largely tied to social cognition, emotional regulation, and self-referential thinking, and here are those regions. The first one is the medial prefrontal cortex, and its function is self-evaluation and understanding others' opinions about us. We call it mentalizing. Next, the role is that it evaluates how you believe others see you, and it's hyperactive in social anxiety or with low self-esteem. So it's this whole notion of how you are being perceived by others. And unfortunately, I grew up in a household where other people's opinions mattered. And for my mother, we got to call daddy. We got to call Uncle Jerry. Well, what did such and such say? What did they say? What did they say? So when you grow up in a household where what other people say matters, now that's inside of your brain automatically. Here's when you're at school, what did they say? What did the teacher say? What did the principal say? What did the boss say? What did this? So you're automatically wired to be concerned with what people say, and I'll get into that later. Next is the amygdala. So the function of the amygdala is emotional reactivity, fear of judgment, or rejection. So now you're concerned about what people say because they could reject you or they could judge you. And now there's this heightened sense of fear. Oh my goodness, what are they going to say? And now I thought I did great. I had this bad outfit on. I thought I was doing good. And you, especially in high school with peer pressure and everything, really starting in elementary school now. And now they say, "Ooh, that's terrible. Why'd you put that on? Ooh, why'd you change your hair? Oh, you bought that house? Look at that car. Why'd you have that couch?" And it just goes on and on and on. So the role is that when you care about what people think, it triggers anxiety or stress when social disapproval or embarrassed. When you are socially disapproved of or you are embarrassed, you got the wrong shoes. At one point, when my daughter was in elementary school, they used to point at shoes and say, "What are those?" So, again, middle schoolers, people in general, can be quite cruel. And if you care about what they say, you're going to take that energy on. Good morning, Lola. You're going to take that energy on. And as a result of that, you are going to start caring more about what they say than what you actually know to be true. The next region of the brain is the posterior cingulate cortex, and the function is self awareness, reflection on social interactions. Have you ever gone to an event and you get back home, you go, "Ooh, that went well," or "You know, that didn't go well." So you think about past social situations or imagine judgment. You're getting dressed and you're thinking, if I put this on, especially if you're going to a familiar event, they're going to say this or they're going to say that. And now, because of the hippocampus and the rumination of the left amygdala, all of that is coming up for you. Next is the temporal parietal junction, the TPJ. And the function is perspective taking, understanding others' thoughts, and theory of mind. And what happens is the role is it allows you to imagine how others perceive you. Next, it allows you to imagine how others perceive you. And then number 5 is the anterior cingulate cortex. Now, again, this, as we know, is for error monitoring and social pain. You've been made fun of in a previous time, and now you will continue to think, "Oh my goodness, here is this person saying something else. They're doing something else." And so that is what will take place. Number 7 is the insula, and the function is emotional awareness and its internal bodily responses. And so the role, when you are concerned with what other people think, is that it detects and processes feelings like shame or social discomfort. I don't know what to do. I'm at this high-end event, this charity event. Everybody's eating Western style, and then I pick up my fork with the wrong hand. I'm at a concert. I don't really like going raise your hands in the air. Whatever it is, now you have these internal body responses. And then number 7 is the default mode network. And this is where you spend most of your time with yourself. And it includes the MPFC, the PCC, and the TPJ. The roles are active during rumination. So once the event is over or you're getting ready to go to the event, you start thinking about the last time, overthinking about others' opinions or social scenarios. So again, the 7 regions that are involved with caring about what people think are the medial prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, the posterior cingulate cortex, the temporal parietal junction, the anterior cingulate, the insula, and the default mode network. And the 2 hemispheres for the breakdown are here. Well, both hemispheres. So in the left hemisphere, it's more analytical and it may contribute to self-judgment or rumination. And then in the right hemisphere, you process social emotional cues and contextual interpretation of tone, faces, and perceived judgment. So you see them saying it, and then with your left hemisphere, you hear them saying it, and now you put those 2 together, and now you're going to start caring about what people say. I'd like to address DJA alpha at this point. And let me see what this person. First of all, let me get rid of this person completely. And then I'm going to go back. And by now, DJA alpha has probably went on to go and impact someone else's life this morning. If I actually cared about what people thought of me on social media, then in theory, this person's response of "this is a joke and you need help" would potentially bother me. And it was annoying because I was in the middle of a sentence. So I was deciding if I was going to respond now or after. And I feel the need, I'm compelled to respond currently. What is taking place is that DJA alpha is not having a good situation in their own personal life. And so this person has decided to use their morning, night, day, evening to come and be unaccountable. Now, neurologically, this would make sense to this person because they are being led by their right amygdala, which is always looking for fight, flight, freeze, or appease. And this person gets off on this because they get a nice dopamine boost and they're addicted to being an asshole. So in this instance, this person is like, oh, well, I can't incite violence with this person or get a reaction out of them. Let me go troll somewhere else. Now they're wasting their brain capacity on this. And they believe, oh, I'm going to get a response and I've done my due diligence. But with 86 billion neurons and the potential for 860 trillion synaptic connections. Good morning, Regina. This person missed a vital point. They actually are the reason why I have to have this live. Stop caring about what other people think, because there are 6.8 billion adults in the world and they are thinking with their amygdala. So they're not even using their prefrontal cortex, which is where cognitive thinking exists. Because they are emotional, they are making emotional decisions, they are making emotional snap judgments, and they are emotionalizing. We talked about last week external anxiety, and now you have this external anxiety that you feel because this unaccountable group, not using their prefrontal cortex located in their frontal lobe, and not using the brain as it was designed, starts saying hurtful things. Hurt people, hurt people. So for example, on Instagram, people talk about my nostrils flaring. He could talk about my teeth, my eyes, my high cheekbones, the fact that I don't have nails and I need to fill in my eyebrows. All capitalistic things that have been given and programmed to you so you can stay on trend and you won't be talked about. So we have a bunch of adults, basically it's just high school all over again, walking around being something that they're not so they won't get talked about. And I say, fuck you. And twice on Tuesdays, because I'm not about to let someone's hijacked amygdala stop me from being a bad mofo. That's just how I see this. So for you, and I'm going to get into the, excuse me, the activities that you can use in order to shift your brain. But we had a perfect example of an imbecile starting by saying something. And if I did have low self-esteem like them, or the self-esteem of a fruit gnat, then that could have potentially bothered me. There are days when people say, are you a boy or a girl? Are you this? Oh my goodness. Someone says something very sexually overt that I had to delete and report. So the point is, unaccountable people want to make it seem like they have it all together because of cognitive dissonance, and they want to put the distractions away from them. They want to say, you have on the wrong outfit. You need to do this, and you're doing it wrong, and I'm doing it right, and you're doing it wrong. And so everybody should be the same, and we're not. We all have different fingerprints. We all have different DNA, which means we came here to be unique. But the unaccountables, because of comfort bias and cognitivity bias, people want to conformity bias and comfort biases. People want you to stay there. The amygdala wants to be safe in a comfort cocoon. And anytime you're doing something that makes them uncomfortable, they want to make you feel bad, so you'll stop doing it. So what I say is more important than who you are and what you came here to do. And I say, no, absolutely not. I got made fun of, and I've talked about this before. My 5th grade photo, I wore a tweed suit with a tie and a pleated skirt and white tights and black ballerina flats in 1984. No one was doing that back then. That wasn't something, and you're in the hood. You're supposed to have on Jordache, Glory, Vanderbilt, Chardons, EBS sneakers, and anything but what I had on. But I was Dr. Donna in the making. So what happens for me is I don't really do what people say do. I've always gone against the grain, but that external anxiety is there, and I absorb it, start ruminating on it, don't do it, but the feeling is still there because of the amount of times my mother said, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? So I'm saying stop caring about what they say. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you stop caring about what others thinks. It is a mental skill. This is something that you're going to have to learn how to do, because you were told what other people think of you is important, even though they're thinking about it from their right amygdala with a little bit of left amygdala sprinkled in there. So they're coming from the emotional center of your brain in the limbic system located in the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, right here. And we're supposed to be operating right here. So they're down here with all of their emotionalizing, and somehow you're supposed to care about somebody who hasn't rationally thought about and that damn thing coming out their mouth. That's the absurdity of this, of everything. Because when people are using their prefrontal cortex, what they say to you actually makes sense. When it's coming from here and the temporal lobe, it makes no damn sense. And now you feel like I gotta hurry them do this before they say something. Go, blah, blah, blah. But if someone tells you, you know what, for your body style, and back in the day on daytime television, they used to always have fashion makeover shows, and they would tell you, this is what looks great on you. Don't put this makeup on because your skin tone, I have red undertones, so pink doesn't work on me. All of the things that would make you be at your best happens from the frontal lobe. But no, everything that makes you feel bad and terrible is coming from here, and it's coming from the people who reside in the emotional center of their brains, and they want to make you feel bad because they feel bad. So you're going to have to learn how to give zero fucks about what anybody has to say about you, especially if it goes against who you actually are. So here's a breakdown rooted in neuroscience, psychology, and practical strategies for you. So the neuroscience insight is that your brain is wired for social belonging. Okay? Why? It's wired through the medial prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, and the default mode network. Caring about what others thinks helps humans survive in tribes. That's why. It's like, hey, don't go over there. Come over here. It's safe over here. It's bad over there. Come over here. That's where it originated. That's where negativity bias started. But in the modern world, this can be overactive. That means now you got to care about what people say at church. And well, you know, she had on a skirt with a split in it. And now you don't have on the newest trend. My bedspread is from 2012. And I'm going to keep it until I find one that fits my needs for my level of comfort and sleep. Our furniture is from 2008 and 2009. My hamper is from 1999 from Pier 1. And that bad boy is still going strong, and I'm not getting rid of it. I have a laundry bag that I used when I was in college. Or no, when I was in the Army and I didn't have a hamper at the time. I'm not getting rid of my shit because trends say buy something new. That is absurd. I'm not about to do that shit. I am the trend. I'm a thermostat, not a thermometer. I set the tone. I don't take it at all. And that's what's happening. Oh, you got alopecia. You should be wearing frontals. I live in Las Vegas. It is 100 and something degrees every day, and I am perimenopausal. I am not about to be going shit nowhere for me to start sweating and that shit starts lifting because that's the trend. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm not doing that shit or anything else. So what's happening now is that this overactive amygdala is now triggering stress, shame, or overthinking. You are second guessing yourself about every damn thing. People are making you feel ashamed about what is taking place in your life. Oh my God, you're getting old. Yep, been here 52 years and I'm grateful. I almost died, I think 8 times. I'm great. I will take every motherfucking wrinkle, age, spot, and everything else because I'm still here after almost 8 times of not being here. I don't give a fuck if all this shit get wrinkled up and I got one tooth. This motherfucker is the only one sitting there. Guess who's going to keep talking about neuromobility and making sure adults hold themselves personally accountable? Me. I am. So you can let people make you feel bad. Again, because I'm from the Motor City and I no longer have a vehicle, it took me years for me to say, okay, I don't need a car. You come from Detroit, you better be pulling up in the woo. How you gonna be from the Motor City and now you walking with your LPCs, your low performance carriers, your feet? Makes no sense, right? I don't have a car note and I don't have car insurance. So I ain't sitting here like, damn, woo, that's $650 due. That $300 due. That damn insurance that went up and I don't have that concern anymore. That's not something that I have to ruminate over every month. I don't have car maintenance. I don't have vehicle registration. None of that. None of that is something that I contend with on any basis whatsoever. Gas, plug in, whatever, that's not a concern for me anymore. Absolutely not. So the point is this. People, what we use to survive and run away from saber-toothed tigers, people are now telling you you need to have a new car, you need to have a new couch, you need to have a new bed, you need to have all this new shit, you need to be over-leveraged and broke so you can impress the people who really don't give a fuck about you. And they still gonna talk about you when you leave. So stop caring. But that's not enough. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So the mindset shift that you need, replace it with this. So from approval to alignment, you're going to go from approval to alignment. So instead of seeking approval, ask, does this align with who I want to become? Does filling in my eyebrows align with me getting a Nobel Prize for changing humanity? No, the fuck it doesn't, so I don't care. I'm perimenopausal, these motherfuckers can fall off. And I will be done. And then I just, with one less thing, I got to concern myself with grooming. So does this align with who I want to become? Ask yourself that. When you are, I saw an older lady in the store the other day, she had to be 70. And my mother used to say this, and I don't give a fuck if y'all got a comment. My mother said, if you wore hot pants, you shouldn't be wearing Daisy Dukes. And I'm saying, if you wore hot pants, Daisy Dukes, you shouldn't have on pum pum shorts. Not because you can't, but because you should have evolved past showing your ass in the grocery store. Are you not more than your posterior? Are you not more than that? Haven't you neurologically, don't you have something else to contribute to the world than your ass and your butt cheeks out? Do you have more to offer the world than some pum pum? Huh? Some punani. You don't, ain't it been exhausted? You ain't had enough people ain't had it that you out here advertising? If you are an old man and you out here in skinny jeans, your ass is going to throw your back in traction trying to get out of a fucking low-ass sports car with them tight-ass jeans on and them damn Jordans that's hurting your fucking bunions. Trying to do what? Why are you doing that? You have nothing else to contribute. It's hot. I understand it. Put your summer clothes on. But don't put some clothes on. Move past that. 60 is not the new 40. 70 is not the new 50. That shit is old. Okay? Dress accordingly. I'm not saying don't put on shorts and a sundress. I'm saying quit putting this athleisure on and you ain't exercised in 50 years. You ain't exercised since the last time you was that size to exercise. So stop. Zania, if you are still on here, please be quiet. Uplifting women for what? Why do women need to be uplifted? It's self-esteem. I hope you're still here. We're supposed to be uplifting women up, and we're all supposed to be empowering women to do extraordinary things. And to be reduced to your appearance is what women with low self-esteem do. I'm calling a spade a spade. I am the same size I was in high school, but I am not about to put on some cutoff shorts to prove a point. Why can't we walk around with a motherfucking book in our hand? Why can't we do extraordinary things? Why are we still putting on Spanx instead of corsets? Why are the beauty sections in the store bigger than the book sections in the store? Get out of here with that bullshit. We're supposed to be uplifting women up. I am saying you could be something more than your mere appearance and a baby machine and something that's fuckable. That's what I'm saying. Move past that. Use your 860 trillion neurosynaptic connections to be extraordinary instead of somebody's arm piece. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't be groomed. I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. I'm saying stop covering up who you actually are and be fake and act like you got it going on when you don't. I'm saying take care of your health. I'm saying skin brush. I'm saying stop be this, and that, and walk around like that's all you are some fucking body parts. Uplift. Darling, you are new to this, but I'm true to this. I can tell you how to do this shit. That does not make you desirable. I'm going to put on some whole clothes and some orthotics and some reading glasses, and don't tell me I ain't snatched. You ain't snatched. You are not. You look weird. You look older than you actually are, and someone needs to say it. And because the 60 and 70-year-olds don't want to be a big mama no more, the guardrails are off. You can do it. Yes, you can. Why would you still want to do that? You don't want to go back to high school and stand and get yelled at by the cheerleaders and scoffed at by the mean girls, but you want to stand there with some whole clothes on and want to be respected. Okay? That's what you want. I can wear it. It was in the store. It was in the store to take your money and your self-esteem and your dignity. That's what it's there to do. Be more than your appearance. I'm 52 years old. I can put on some pum pum shorts. I will make these young girls sick to their stomach because I will show them how it's actually done. And then what? And then what? You are more than what people see. And if all you think that you are, and we are supposed to be uplifting women, you're the problem and not the solution. You got some of that shit in your closet, and you probably got it on now. Leggings are not pants. I said it. I said it. After your leisure means take your ass to the gym and work out. Don't be in Target with that bullshit on. Work out. I don't want to see your fupa. I don't want to see your booty do. That means your belly sticks out more than your booty do. Go get, look. That's my 52-year-old stomach. Don't come over here talking shit to me. Be a lady. Learn how to cross your legs instead of sitting like you waiting for something to enter. That's what you can do. And let me make this a highlight for all of you that think I'm tearing women down. Abso-fucking-lutely not. I'm saying use your neural pathway to be more than something that somebody lays down with and leaves your ass. The marriage rate is not because I don't want to be married. You just started replacing wedding showers with baby showers. No, nobody wants to say anything about that. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. I don't need his last name. Yes, you do. You just can't get it. If they can get, G-Mama said, nobody's going to buy the freaking ice cream truck if you keep handing out the popsicles for free. One day. It's not going to happen. It's not your choice. You don't lay down with somebody and have 5 kids with them and say you don't want to be married. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. He waiting to make sure that you the one, unless another better one come along. How do I know that? Because I'm still getting looks. I'm still getting a half-ass dressed and my old ass coming in with a little décolletage in there. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. How are top of the morning to you? How are you? You getting bent over a fucking car in the alley thinking this is romantic. No, it's not. No, it's not. Taking your ass to fucking Ruby Tuesdays and you think y'all went to dinner. I went to Ruth Chris when I was dating. Okay, I had people dropping off Gucci shit. I was sick. I need some crab legs. You don't know nothing about that. I'm going to restaurants that spin at the top of skyscrapers. And you getting a BOGO at McDonald's value meal because you don't value yourself. Wondering why you can't get, I've been trying to, and you ain't never going to. You cooking in the sheets and that ain't enough. You ain't been to an event because your ass is dumb as a box of rocks and you can't hold a conversation in your hand and you trying to figure out why he still ain't let you be his one man. Uplift women. Y'all done lost y'all damn minds. My daughter has told me I need to do a podcast to tell y'all what to do because you don't have it together at all. Dusty ass, crusty heels, ain't had a pedicure, don't wash, smell like Lord knows what, ashy ass. But you got your 3 hours worth of makeup on. Your face is snatched. No, ain't nobody gonna say shit. You gone, Zania, whatever the fuck your name is. Have a blessed day. Fuck you. Don't be saying that bullshit. I'm already blessed. Coming in and going out. Got me sidetracked over some bullshit because I told you the fucking truth. Put some damn clothes on and pick up a fucking book. Where was I at? Okay, practical tools to train your brain. Let me make that a highlight too. Lifting women up. The lies we fucking tell ourselves for you to be just because you insecure. Walking around. Every time I see them, you know how I know they wrong? Because every time I see them with that shit on, I look at them and they turn away and start pulling their hair and doing all this shit. You know you ain't got no damn business with that shit on. That ain't gonna uplift your self-esteem because you put some fucking Skims on. You think you about to do something? Don't no man want that or woman want that shit. I'm trying. You ain't doing shit. Ain't nobody like, ooh, did you see that one over there with the droopy titties? Yep. That's the one I'm out. Bye. Go. Go, Charlene, because I'm talking to you too. Leave. You don't like it, leave. Somebody need to tell y'all the truth. You look terrible. You look terrible. I'ma just wear it anyway. If it was working, why when I see the whole family, or the kids, the spouse, everybody walking away, looking in the other direction if it was working? It ain't working. I'm out. Like I care. You need to stay and learn how to use neural pathways so you can stop thinking that it's out here when it starts up here. Make better decisions. You're making these amygdala wardrobe and physical appearance decisions, and now you don't want to hear it. But it's the truth. Be more than that. If that's all you have to offer the world, I feel sorry for you. If you believe that that is it for you, your appearance. Because when you go through perimenopause and your hair starts falling out and your eyebrow starts falling out and you're sweating all the damn time, and then you grow a beard and now you don't know what to do, and you're doing all this other stuff to Botox and all this other shit so you can look crazy as hell, become more than that. Menopause is for you to stop being that and start being more than that. That's what the pause is for, to stop and take personal inventory. What you gonna do with the rest of your life? That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. And I'm gonna end with this thing that my mama used to say. First you give it away, and then you sell it, and then you buy it back. Put a stamp on that. Practical tools for your brain. The number one thing is to mentally reframe your mental reframe practice. Each time you catch yourself thinking, what will they think? And for those people, just to make sure, you out and you ain't coming back. That's what we're doing. Practical tools to train your brain. So you're going to do a mental reframe practice. Every time you catch yourself thinking, what will they think? Replace it with, what do I think about this? Would my future self respect this decision? Would my future self respect this decision? You care about what somebody think. You're gonna make a current choice and then look back and be ashamed. Well, I don't know what I was thinking right there. Let me slide past those pictures. That was I'm trying to figure it out phase. Your prefrontal cortex is to strengthen these activities. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down your core values if you actually have them. If you don't develop them, what do you actually value about yourself and your life? And then you're going to practice decisiveness. Just because I am a size 2, should I still wear the Guess cutoff shorts that I had in high school and college outside past going to get the mail? Is that something that I should be doing currently at 52 years old? Doing uncomfortable things intentionally. So you're going to go and do uncomfortable things. In this instance, you're going to put on your clothes to an event where most people don't have the right clothes on. You're going to be natural. They had that trend on TikTok. This is what 50 looks like. People got on a full fucking face of makeup talking, I'm 57. I'm 65. I'm 67. I'm 32. This is what 52 look. And then I look at the video and they got a lens on it. They got a beauty lens on top of it. This is what 52 look like at 5:30 at 6:02 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Shea butter. This is what it looks like. Okay? So you're going to practice decisiveness. I purposely don't fill in my eyebrows. I purposely stop having acrylic nails. I don't wear makeup anymore. Can't wear lipstick because of Michael. Not put no eyeliner on, no lashes, no mascara, nothing. What you see is what you get. If men can grow old gracefully and they not doing all this shit, why the fuck am I still doing it? I ain't got time for it. Doing uncomfortable things intentionally, as I mentioned. Going and doing solo activities. Being your real self. Going in your frontal lobe and doing what your personality actually says. And then meditation and self-awareness. So apps like Waking Up, Headspace, and Insight Timer. These are apps that you can use. This is chat representing, telling you to do this. I am not saying it. Their suggestion is, so look at the apps if you want to. Here is the last thing that I'm going to say about your personal appearance. Your personality is here. Okay? So if you live in your best life, male, female, cisgen, whatever the fuck gender identity you identify with, why you look like everybody else? Why? Why does your house look like everybody else? Why does your car? Why does your outfits? Why does everything you do look like your friend group? If you are your individual self and you're comfortable being who you are, you loving the skin that you in, why y'all all look exactly the same? Anybody on here still that I didn't already block? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why do you have wings on your eyes? Why is this? Why do you put all this on and right here, but then this a different color, and now you got I want my nails long pointy. I'm gonna do because they're doing this and they're doing that. Why are you on trend? If you comfortable with who you are and you don't care about what people think, why do you look like the current times? Just make that make sense to me. To yourself, not to me, but to yourself. So you're going to limit social comparison. Okay. So you're going to curate your social media. You're going to mute or unfollow. I stopped following people on social media in 2017. I don't even tell people to follow me. I only tell you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get the notification that I'm live. If you choose to follow me, that is your choice. And the reason why is because one of the principles of real leadership is be a follower and lead by example. So I follow some of the things that people that are under my tutelage do. They send the information to me. I'm like, okay, cool. This was great. My daughter and her business, she's in charge. I'm the assistant. I follow what she says do. So when you are a real leader, you can lead and follow. And so following, I started a new Instagram account for the Real Leader Brain. As soon as I started it, Instagram told me to follow all these damn celebrities automatically. And then everybody is impressed with the number of celebrity followers when as soon as you open the account, they ain't suggesting, no, they did not suggest one neuroscience person. They did not suggest a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a college professor, nothing. Here they come with the popular people. And now you're like, oh my God, such and such got 200 million followers and 500 million followers. Yeah, because every time you sign up, they're saying follow them. And you're following them and they're posting infrequently. And all they're doing is contributing to you spending money. Yeah, but I follow them. But then did you see that one picture from last month? And then they put up a video and they about to go on tour. They got a movie coming out. They about to do, yeah. They're not contributing to your neurological growth and development. So then you set a timer for scrolling. I'm going to be on social media for 10 minutes. I'm going to be on social media for 30 minutes. Whatever your time is, you set a time for it. And then you ask yourself this very pivotal question. Is this inspiring me or draining me? Is this inspiring me or draining me? My numbers are not low on YouTube because I'm not the shit. I have 3,111 people following me on YouTube. The numbers are low because I don't make you feel good. I have somebody who's subscribed on TikTok and she said, the first time I saw you, I didn't like you. And I didn't like what you were saying because you were telling me the truth and I didn't want to hear it. The number isn't low because I'm not great. The number is low because you, or appears to be low for people. I'm cool with the number. But it is because I am telling you the truth and you don't want to hear the truth because it doesn't align with the lie that you keep looking at in the mirror every day. That's cognitive dissonance. And so you want to keep looking at things that make you think that what you're doing matters to what you're doing. I've never seen a group of 20-year-olds so insecure in my life and feel like they're behind at 22, 25 years old. I'm like, you just got your frontal lobe. How the fuck you behind? You ain't even got your full mind yet. Well, because on social media, we have had business dealings with influencers and they don't look like y'all think they look. And their houses don't look like they think y'all think they do. They regular too. This facade that you see, you building your life on something that their life ain't even built on. And now you over here feeling inferior. You over here looking like a damn fool at Target, Walmart, in the store, whatever, because you think that's what they do. We have people, women who are in the industry and they are at home with glasses on and hair that's pulled up in a bun with a t-shirt and some sweats. We have seen them out and they got on clothes. And now you outside with no clothes on thinking that's what they do. And they're just inconspicuously walking through the store, running errands and going back home. And you didn't base your life off of that. Self-approval ritual number 4. Each night, you're going to list 3 things that you did that aligned with your values, not what others approve of. And the reason why you're doing this is because you don't know who you are. As I mentioned, you down here with this right amygdala trying to tell you who you are, listening to the left amygdala, ruminating. When if you knew who you was, they wouldn't be able to tell you who you ain't. They would not be able, no one is going to convince me to go back and start getting acrylic nails again with the amount of work that I have to do day in and day out. It's not going to happen. Well, you know, if you put it took me 3 months for my nail beds to heal from the years of that acrylic on my nail beds. You're not going to convince me to do that. You're not going to convince me. Well, you know, these 2 lines right here, if you just go to the dermatologist, they can go ahead and put some retinol and some collagen in there with a little bit of thing. And then your face will be smooth. My face ain't never been smooth right there. Look at my kid photos. These lines have been here since the beginning of time. I'm not moving them for what? You know how many people have died after plastic surgery trying to go get some shit fixed that wasn't never broke? Y'all talk about Lil' Kim, but Biggie and them told her she was flat-chested, she was too dark, and she was ugly. And now you want to talk about her now when she wasn't what? And then you look back at the pictures. Wasn't nothing wrong with her. Why she do that? Really? Michael Jackson. Well, when he should have stopped right there. He should have stopped right there. But his own damn siblings kept talking about him, calling him Big Nose, to the point where he didn't even have the cartilage left on his nose. And now you want to say somebody need to stop. Well, why they go do that? And they die. See, that's what the problem is. That's what everybody always trying to go over here and do this. You got people with them damn wrap things just wrapping them around so you can look like a Barbie doll. And Barbie don't even fucking look like Barbie. You over here missing ribs. Back in the 90s, they was taking ribs out so that their stomach would curve and they would have a six-pack. If you wasn't born with that shit and you can't get it for yourself through exercise and diet, then it wasn't meant for you to look like that. So this self-approval, three things at night you're going to align with your values and not what others approve of. And you're going to know that you approve of it versus them because it's going to feel right to you. Every time you do what someone else says based upon their opinion of you, you do it and you don't feel, there is no release of dopamine. There is no oxytocin and serotonin happening. You know what's happening when you do what the other people tell you to do? Cortisol is released. That's the stress hormone. And the next thing you know, you got brain fog. So much to the point where now your amygdala is hijacked. You cut off complete access to the frontal lobe. And now you're making these doggone emotional decisions. Emotional decisions. Going to Dr. Miami to get your ass blew all the way to hell up. Now you're bleeding and you're dying and you got sepsis and all this other shit. From trying, everybody ain't born with a big ass. Take the ass you got. You can do calf implants and all these other things. What you got is what you got. And that's it. Deal with it. Figure out how to use it to your advantage. And if you were working on what you came here to actually be, you wouldn't let these unaccountable ass, low self-esteem, no confidence having motherfuckers tell you something wrong with you. Something wrong with them. Something is wrong with them. And exposure training. You're going to do small things that invite judgment. Listen to that there. Invite judgment. Flared nostrils. Invite judgment. Invite it. Come on in. Wear something bold. Ask a question in public. Post your thoughts online. I'm saying take all that shit off and be you. My subscriptions got me with no wig on. And the only reason why I wear a wig is because I have alopecia and I'm of a lighter complexion. So the pigmentation is scar tissue. And I'm not going to get a chemical peel on my head because that could cause some other problems. Try shea butter and that's not happening. I'm not putting makeup on or whatever. So I just don't like the way it looks. That's it. If it was even like Keegan Peele, Michael Peele, or Kevin or whomever, there would be no damn wigs. And you'll start to see most people don't care as much as you think. Most people in public don't care as much as you think. It's your stuckmally and your stands that's causing all these damn problems. Who talking about you? Who's saying shit about you? It's ignorant, unaccountable people online that's looking for disinhibition effect and they looking to make you feel bad because they feel bad. Or it's your friend group. There she go. Girl, you had that outfit on 3 months. One day when I was still talking to my mother, I have a pair of jeans. They are not true religions. They look like true religions, but I like the way they fit because they're straight legs or skinny, whatever the fuck y'all calling it these days. Straight legs ain't, skinny jeans ain't nothing but straight legs. I was over her house one day minding my own business and she said, "You'd have had those jeans a long time." I said, "Yep." Because she is somebody who will not buy shit, no matter how much it costs, run through it, throw it away. She won't even give it away. And then she buying new shit. I got a pair of Lucky Brand jeans that's 21 years old, vintage. They don't make that denim no more, and they still look good. I'm paying $100 and something back then. That was a lot of money. I know they're paying $1,400, $1,500 now. I got Gucci shoes that's 20 years old with leather bottoms that's handmade that I have to take to the cobbler to get them resold. I spent good money on those clothes, and I got suits. Amazing suits that look great on me. I'm not about to not wear that because of what y'all saying. This shit now, the quality of this shit right now is insane. We were at a person's house and their husband, I'm not going to say who anyway, they were talking about the quality of stuff. And I was telling them what I have from the past. She was like, "Oh my God, that old school designer vintage stuff is so expensive online now." You can say, I ain't selling shit. I had the shoes on the other day. I'm not doing it. So you're letting people talk you into do something that goes against your natural inclination to be you. Cortisol has come into your frontal lobe, caused brain fog, you in debt, you in surgery, you got dermatologists and all this stuff. For what? The other day we were going to Whole Foods and we saw an older gentleman, I think it was the new Vet or Ferrari, I can't remember. And he had to turn sideways, grunt, and slide down in the car and then grab both his legs. And he was walking. But because that car sits so low to the damn ground, his ass is about to have a coronary infarction trying to get in the doggone vehicle because he always wanted a sports car. Now he can finally afford one. I had somebody when I used to go to Starbucks in the morning, he literally had a walker. He got to get out the car, get the walker out the bed, and then roll his little ass into the store to sit and talk shit with the homies. And you'll say, well, Dr. Donna, people can do what they want to do, not at the expense of your health. He gets out, breaks his hip, and now somebody has to take care of him because he didn't get a vehicle that he could get that was at ground level. That's what I'm talking about. And when I did that 50-year-old video, I said, I don't want to see your wrinkles. I want to see your medicine cabinet. How many prescriptions you got? How many? Well, you know, I got to take this with food, but then I got to take this with that. How healthy are you? How healthy? What's going on with your gut health? Your constipated ass. Ain't had a doggone, you ain't did a number 2 in 2 weeks. You're supposed to go every day. And you over here, well, you know, I just drink some soup. I just drink some prune juice or something. Yeah, you know, I just go ahead and drink coffee as a laxative and all of that. That's what I'm talking about. So you're doing all of these things for people to care. And I'm saying absolutely not. And so in this, it's not about becoming cold or arrogant. It's about choosing opinions that only truly matter to you. Trust your peace is worth more than public opinion. And that's what Chat said. So what you need to do is this right here. Shift your brain from people pleasing, chasing the approval of others, to choosing values aligned with your actions. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. That's what needs to take place. Now, if you haven't answered the poll question, answer the poll question. And I have one more segment, but I'm not about to go over that. So the discussion is open. And be honest, because that's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. What is it that you are currently doing based upon what other people think? What is it that you are currently doing? And if you ain't doing nothing, say nothing. But if you are, what are you doing? Let's get this truth out here in the open. What you doing because somebody think that's what you should be doing? 2 people already dropped off. Chicken shits. You here? Go ahead and say it. What you doing? You ain't doing nothing. You're not playing the game. You don't have a pair of shoes that you're supposed to have. You don't have a watch. You're not at work making sure you're code switching. You're not doing nothing that other people said you need to do. Not one damn thing. Nothing. No family member. When you go to Abuela's house, you know, you smoke weed, but over there you're like, nah. Okay. You are an anomaly. You're not going to the cigar bar with the homies, even though you hate smoking cigars. You're not at the strip club. You're not at the golf course, even though you hate golf. You're not pulling up with the woo. You're not doing any of that at all. You're not lying on how many people you have had relations with. You're not doing none of that shit. Not and that thing. Nobody else is here, but whoever this is, Grapple Inspire. Gapple, G-Apple, Inspire. I don't even know what that is. Kevin, you're supposed to be at the airport, ain't you? I think what you're saying, Kevin, is that you're no longer using the trend to inspire people. You're doing it the way you decided to do it, based upon me watching your videos. I think that's what you're saying. I thought you was at the airport already on your way to vacay with your bae. And I find it ironic for the person who's on here that was talking about women need to be uplifting women. Who says who? Where that bullshit come from? That's what I want to know. Uplifting you, why? You missing us already. Oh my goodness, Kevin, you gonna be gone for 2 weeks. Did you see the email? I sent you your thing. I thought you weren't gonna be on here. Check your email. And Regina, I sent you your email too. You're gonna be missing us until you get on there and get to your spot and start getting your vacation on. Then you're gonna be like, real leader, what? Real leader, who? Neural pathway, what? Synaptic, huh? Yeah, so this whole, we supposed to be uplifting each other. Hell no. I ain't uplifting shit. If you wrong, you wrong. If you doing some shit that goes against real leadership, I'm going to tell you. Be honest is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. I ain't one for doing that. That's what's wrong. We tearing each other down. I'm telling you that you need to be more than your appearance, and you saying I'm not uplifting you. What the hell am I doing then? Please tell me. Please tell me what I'm doing if I'm saying you did that already. That's the one thing I read Barbara Walters' book long before she passed. And what she said is that I did that already. If you did it already, why are you doing it again? It shows that you are in a comfort zone and you don't want to grow beyond this thing right here. That's what you're saying, that this is all that I am. And I don't want to learn anything new and I don't want to do anything new. So I'm going to do this and you can't say shit about it. Yes, I can. At this point in my life, can't think of anything. In the past, concerned with relationships, emotional drama, no longer the case, did the work. Yes, and if you haven't voted in the poll question, vote in the poll question because I'm about to do it. I'm about to reveal it. Yes, Kevin, definitely enjoy it. You deserve it and definitely have a good time. And no stress. Be blessed. So in summary, what I'm saying, and Nola, if you're here, I know you don't care. You never cared. You wore 5 fingers. You was the only kid in school with 5 fingers and had those doggone purple suede boots on because she didn't have cowboy boots in her size. So she definitely does not care, to the point where at some point it does matter because of tact and hurting people's feelings. So here's what I will say as I close. I hadn't planned on going in this direction. And there is neuropathic training link, but I'm going to end here. I want to end on a low note. Levels to it, you and I know. People do care what other people think. They do. Because you've been hardwired to do it based upon negativity bias. As soon as you go, I don't know, because they're going to say, as soon as you hear yourself saying that, go do that thing. Go do that thing. Vacillated back and forth. What are people going to say when I don't have my nails done anymore? What are people going to say when I stop filling in my eyebrows? What are people going to say when I don't have makeup on no more and I don't fuck them. You don't get a say in my life unless you dropping off cars to my house, paying monthly expenses at my home. You don't really have a say. And we took this thing that was for survival and turned it into this capitalistic existence. Nola and I were at Town Square on a break after I went and did the disability hearing test and had my PTS moment. And we were sitting outside at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and out in the park, because in Vegas, there's a show going on all the time. So out in the park was a lady dressed up like a princess. And she literally was doing kids songs and everything. And we watched the mom shaming that was going on as they showed up in their everything. And I experienced it firsthand volunteering at elementary school. I called them the PTA Mafia. Because the moms for the PTA, they wasn't fucking with me because they knew I would have put one of them in a chokehold. But the rest of the moms who let that hierarchy exist, it was insane. It was insane. We can't do that. We got to do this. No, you can't do this. You're going to have to come over here and drop off. And you got to have this on. You got to do all these things for what? What is the return on investment for caring about what people think? What is the return on investment? And here is the result of the poll question. So people lying. I don't believe them poll results. 31 people said yes, and 68 people said no. Bullshit. Bullshit. My daughter and I have been on 2,300 appointments at businesses, the convention center, celebrity homes, wealthy people homes, athletes homes. And yes, y'all do. Why? Because everybody not everybody, but a certain group of people have gray sectionals in their house. A certain group of people got the white vanities with the lights on it. A certain group of people got the white pillows bed made with the chops and all of that. And if you didn't care what people thought, you wouldn't have what everybody else has. You would not be on trend. You wouldn't. And that's why I have It's Personal, so that you can see the things that I do on a daily basis. I don't care that in order for me to maintain my weight, I got to drink Ensure. I am Arthur Jethro Evelyn II's granddaughter, and he had to drink Ensure to maintain his weight. I do not care that now my breakfast consists of a damn boiled egg. Oh no, well, can't eat that now. Almonds and cut up nectarines and decaf coffee. I don't care. because I am in my 50s, and Regina can attest to this, that I am in my 50s and I am planning for my 60s. So I'm not going to do some dumb shit in my 50s knowingly and mess up my 60s. I'm not going to do that. You have to go to school tomorrow. Okay. So my point is this, ladies and gentlemen, you are over here caring about what people think, and people that actually care about you uplift you. Okay? And people that don't care about you make you do what's on trend. They make you feel bad for you being you. Over there with her stuff on. And when I was in high school, I wore 3-inch heels from 9th grade to 12th grade because I was a business administration major and I wanted to dress like I was already in business, 2 levels up. And people I remember the upperclassmen used to be like, why she got them heels on? My high school had 8 floors in it, and I was in ROTC, and I had to walk across a tennis court to get to the ROTC building. So I brought flats to school every day, and when it was time to go to ROTC, I put my flats on, walked to ROTC, and went back. And because I became an officer, cadet officer in my junior year, I got to wear heels even in my uniform because of my rank. And so, okay. And so as a result, people say, there she go again. She got on a suit. The teachers used to stop me in the hallway. Why you got those shoes on? Why, I don't even understand why you doing that. I wouldn't be able to do it. They never talked me out of it. And then in my senior year of high school, when everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna wear some heels. I wore 4.1-inch heels to my high school homecoming. It's like, oh, because y'all all gonna put heels on. Okay, cool. Well, then you can't walk in 4.1-inch heels. And Simone Walker, went and got one of the outfits that I got over Christmas from the Gap and wore it to school the next day after me. I never wore that outfit again because I don't want to see me coming and going. I don't want to make a million Dr. Donna-ites. Don't dress like me. Don't look like me. Be you. That's the beauty of being a real leader, is diversity is welcome. Embrace diversity is one of the 74 principles of real leadership for a reason. Embrace diversity. That means it's diverse. That means we're not the same. None of the people who actually participate in real leadership on the daily basis are the same. Not the same background, and you are not the same. And for those of you who have been here for a minute, you're not the same. The behaviors of the real leadership principles are what you can demonstrate, but even those are demonstrated differently and utilized differently because we are diverse. So you're going to have to stop caring about what people think if you're going to be a real leader, if you are going to be your best. And now that you know neurologically why it's happening, because it was used for survival and now it's used to keep you stuck, make a different decision. I was accused at the beginning of this live of women shaming because I actually told the truth, because I'm on the other side of 50, so technically I'm a big mama. I'm saying be more than that. I'm saying be more than your appearance. I'm saying stop letting the McDonaldization of society from some hijacked amygdala decisions tell you who you are. Why don't you know who you are? I'm not saying don't go buy a car. I'm not saying don't go buy a house. I'm saying don't go buy a house and a car to go impressing people who don't give a fuck about you. Don't be over leveraged so you can prove a point to that gaslighting ass auntie who live in a 1-bedroom studio who keeps telling you that you ain't shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying do it for you. I shopped at the Gucci store because I liked Gucci at the time. It ain't shit right now, but I liked it at the time. So from 15 to or about 40, 41 years, from my 15th birthday until about 41, I was a Gucci person. Preferred customer at the store because I have shoes that there are only 50 pair that were ever made sent to the United States, and I still have them. Those were investment pieces for me. So I'm not saying don't go make purchases. I'm saying don't go make purchases and put shit on because you think that's going to make you mean something. I live in one of the wealthiest parts of Las Vegas, and I see fake people all the damn time pulling up. We saw Cybertrucks before y'all ever knew what was happening. We can't go a week without seeing a Bentley SUV, a Rolls Royce Phantom, or any of that. Everything, we just seen everything but a Bugatti and a Regatta, but all of that. At the grocery stores and everywhere else. I live across the street from a golf course where the PGA Tour stops every year. So I see it at this money level, 2, 3, level, and then it cerulean blues itself down to you. And you think you're doing something. All of everything. And it doesn't change a thing. They have the same exact problems that you have and more so. Because the trophy wives get traded in and by the time they're 40. And now they go get a little stipend of alimony and have to move. And then the next 20-year-olds come in with it. So we're in the house with the second families and they have the new babies with all the new cuddle, everything. and you think you're doing something, you're just rinsing and repeating a system that was designed for you to fail. So stop caring what people think. Stop doing it. It's absurd. It is stupid, and it's not going to make your life any better. So stop today. Stop. And I'm going to go back to the graphic, and then I'm going to leave. So shift your brain. Take a screenshot of this graphic and put it in your phone and do what it's saying do. At the top, you have what your brain looks like when you care what other people think. In the middle, you shift your brain from people pleasing to self-leadership. Self-leadership, choosing to value what's aligned with your actions, you yourself. The amygdala is people pleasing, the prefrontal cortex is not. And now you have two different charts with activities on it telling you what regions of the brain and what functions you can do to eliminate this, to retrain your brain to stop caring what people think. That's what you need to do. So before I get out of here, let me tell you this brain bit, and then you can tell me, Kevin, if you got to get on your plane, go ahead and say what you learned about yourself and what you learned about the brain. So here's the brain bit. The default mode network, the DMN, is the brain's self mode. That's when you are, if you have back in the day, they used to have self-cleaning ovens. So you are in self mode. And it is most active when you are not focused on the outside world, like daydreaming, self-reflection, and recalling memories. So the main functions of the default mode network are self-referential thinking in your mental time. You are either thinking about the past or the future. Theory of mind. You are thinking about others' thoughts and moral reasoning. So you are in your default mode network when you are thinking about what other people think about you. Now you're thinking about what they said. Now you're thinking about what they did. Now you're thinking about what you saw. So that right and left amygdala are right there saying, yeah, but I know. But see, you had the E class, but they had the S580. So you're going to have to do some more work so you can beat them and make sure that you get in the G-Wagon so you really can beat them. And during deactive, it is deactive during the following tasks: goal-directed tasks, focused on problem solving, and external attention like reading, calculating, things that you have to give your immediate attention to. And it's active when your mind is wandering, when you're daydreaming, when you're reflecting on yourself and others, and when you're imagining future scenarios. When you're imagining future scenarios. So you are, anytime people are not around you, you are in your default mode network. And you are either doing something productive with that, self-reflecting on things that you can do better, things that you can improve, or you are ruminating and thinking about what somebody said and either feeling bad about it or plotting so that you can get back at them. And they're not going to say nothing else about you. You're going to tell them. Absolutely not. So that's what's taking place. In your default mode network time, you are planning on doing something or thinking about what somebody else said. And that's the issue. Kevin said, learn, be more than your appearance. Yes. And people, that's the problem, is the unaccountable people have you fake it till you make it. Well, if it looked like I got all this expensive shit on, then that must mean I'm this thing that I have on. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means it if it's true. It actually means it if it's true. I ended up in a Benz because I had a near-death experience. At the time, Daimler owned Chrysler, so we could actually drive Benzes because I'm from the Motor City. My stepfather worked for Chrysler, so I had to drive Chryslers. So that's the only reason why I was actually in a Benz, because it was the only luxury car that I could have that still kept with self-preservation. And I needed it because I was actually driving 60 miles one way every day. And that's what Benzes are for, is high performance vehicles, because you drive on the Autobahn when you're in Germany. And so they handle well on the highway. So I was driving 120 to 160 miles a day, all highway, except for like 3 miles. That's how I ended up in that vehicle. It wasn't so I could pull up it was really from a performance perspective. And once I realized the maintenance on these doggone luxury vehicles, I said, fuck that. I need some American shit. Low end. I don't need no V6. Gas was like $4.50 or something. You got to put premium gas in it. Oil changes was insane. 20-gallon gas tank, synthetic oil. I'm like, y'all can have this. I'm good. I am definitely good. 100%. But it was a lesson. It was an expensive lesson learned. Anybody else? What lessons did you learn today about yourself and about today's topic? And I see Kevin's answer. Regina is thinking. Lola, if you're here, or Nola, What are your responses? And see, so now what I will be thinking about is the person saying women need to be lifting each other up. Not for long though. I'm not lifting each other. I'm not lifting them up. I'm not letting them look like hoes and being okay with it. And that's shaming. And why is that a woman looks like a hoe? You ever saw a hoe? Because here in Las Vegas, Tropicana, the hoes walk up and down the street. So we get to see the hoes every day. Every time we drive down Tropicana over by the truck stop for the lot lizards. So just put that on and drive over there and see if you don't look like them. Nobody dresses like a librarian. Nobody ain't like, yup, and I'm going to put this suit on. When the last time I watched College Hill and India Love and somebody got in trouble because they was trying to do a business presentation with some open-toe 4-inch sandals on, talking about their toes look cute. There's a dress code for certain places. You understand? You can't, before they used to say no shoes, no shirt, no service in stores. And now that those signs are gone. And if I were, and this is the one thing that I said I was going to do, and I don't really care who's on here. I said if I was a man, and hopefully I will have a big package, dream dial. If it's okay for them to wear that, if I were a man, I would put one of those outfits on. I would put on some little poom shorts, tight booty cheeks hanging out, and a sports bra. And I would go into Target in the daytime with some slides on. And I would go grocery shopping. And I would tell you how many people will be reporting that perverted man with that outfit on. Oh my God, did you see what he had on? No, we gender neutral over here, right? We gender neutral. So let a bunch of hung low men go and put that stuff on and see how y'all feel seeing their package slip out. And it would change the game. Everybody would say, oh my God, this is disgusting. This is terrible. This is awful. You see what they have on? Nobody would be like, hey, stop shaming the men. You're over here shaming the men. Let the men put the stuff on. Let them put them booty shorts on in that bra if they want to. Oh my God, he's gay. Did you see him? Oh my God, it's terrible. And my children were there in Target. And you got the same damn outfit on. See? Ain't nobody thinking about that. Lola, yes, I am here listening. I learned don't care. Do you, no matter how people feel about it. Regina, I learned while a younger person in my teens to not care about others thinking, and this carried me through my life. I learned that my big nose didn't make me pretty and my hair wasn't long enough. Nola said, I learned about this topic. I knew this topic would involve the amygdala. Yes. And Regina, and so your nose was big and your hair wasn't long enough. And so people, long enough compared to what? Genetics? Big compared to what? DNA? I told y'all I was on the plane and the lady gonna tell me when I was at Frito-Lay, she said, oh my God, you have Angelina Jolie's lips, the flight attendant. I said, no. First of all, I'm older than her. Second of all, these lips are natural. These are my lips. No, Angelina Jolie has plump lips. Okay, go watch the movie The Bone Collector then. The before photo. These experiences helped me develop a sense of self in order to survive. This was a healthy reaction and has enabled me to accept being different. Yes, I learned about myself that I never cared about what people think about me. And then Kevin, about yourself, if you're still available for that. So that's the whole point, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't shaming no damn body. I'm saying flip the script. Flip the script. And if you think you are different, then okay, you shouldn't see yourself coming and going. If you're so different, if you're not conforming, if you're not on trend, then you shouldn't see yourself walking down the street. You shouldn't, nothing about you should appear. Even if you go buy the same shoes, you're going to pair it with something else. You have your vehicle, your house, because it matches who you actually are, not what society says. We go mount TVs and the first thing people say, well, what's the industry standard for mounting TVs? I'm like, first of all, the men put that standard at 6 feet because that's where they're comfortable at mounting televisions. You are 4'9". If we put that TV where they said put that TV, you're going to have a crook in your neck. You're going to have to. Girls on TV during the 60s. Right. Exactly. So these beauty standards by capitalism to sell you some shit, to tell you what's wrong with you so that you can go and fix it. And for the rest of your life, the whole point is you're not good enough. You're not good enough. I was in Michigan, definitely. I wasn't high yellow, but yellow. And I didn't have pretty hair. I did not get that. And so my hair was always short, taped on the sides, a little bit at the top. So I wasn't the light-skinned, pretty hair person. And my voice is deep. And so it's like, why you talk like a man? Why don't you, you should really talk lighter. You should talk softer. I ain't doing shit. I got command presence. I needed this voice to command people. I needed this voice to march and sing cadence. So I'm not going to change my voice. I'm not going to stop saying nothing. Sometimes my Detroit accent is going to come out. I had a person that I was working with, and he was like, you're going to have to change the way you speak because you sound like you're from Bangladesh. I said, I got a doctorate in fucking organizational leadership and 5 communication certifications. I can communicate with the best of them. I'm not going to talk and act like I'm coffee with cream to prove a point. Oh my goodness, she's so articulate. The fuck does that mean? What does that mean? That ain't no damn compliment. Well, you talk like us. No, I don't. And I do it on purpose. Yes, I have 3 degrees, and I will say ain't got no and odoriferous emanations in the same sentence. Now, you're not about to change me. Nose wide, nostrils, girls in the neighborhood said, you got a big nose. Ugh, not accepted. I know. For what? You are an amazing creature, Regina, and because of something that you had no control over, now you got to go fix it. Think about all the celebrities who had teeth like the rest of us, and now they got chiclet, doggone, what's his name, Jim Carrey, the mask with these big ass teeth, talking. And then sometimes they only get the top done, and now the bottom ones is yellow, and these is white, and they got 2 different discolorations going on at the same damn time. It's insane. It is absurd. All of these physical things that distract you from being who you are and doing what you came here to do. So today is the day. Stop caring what other people think. Stop being trending on social media, not you. Your name should never pop up. What you're doing should never pop up because you are not the trend. You are a thermostat, not a thermometer. So you have all these people being thermometers out here trying to shame you because they got it. Got what exactly? What is it that they have? Please tell me. Try to have a 30-minute conversation with anybody that's on trend. You will be ready to get a fork. Here you go. Stick a fork in me because I'm done. Poke your eyes out because you don't want to see. Just stick your fingers in your ear. You don't want to hear shit they got to say. So I'm calling them out like Kid did in Biker Boys. I'm calling you out. All you unaccountable people that just care about what it look like. Well, as long as it look like it, it must be it. No, it's not. It's a house of cards falling the fuck apart. Myself, learn to just be me. Always do an x-ray and don't depend on the mirror. Right. MRI versus mirror. Because all it is smoke screens and mirrors. That's all it is. Well, this must be the case. Like that lady at Trader Joe's going to tell me to have the day you deserve because she thought she was talking to coffee with cream. And she found out very quickly that she was talking to double black espresso because I had a very strong response for her. So do not, and I know that it is true because again, when I am in assembled clothes with Nola, I am treated one way. When I am in my regular clothes, I am treated another way. If I go too far up in my appearance, I'm treated another way because people have been taught what it looks like. That's what it is. And I'm still me no matter what's taking place. No matter what is taking place. Let me dress up tomorrow for a live and put makeup on. If y'all have seen it, watch what I get. I literally did this on TikTok on maybe about 8 months, probably about 10 months ago on TikTok. And older gentleman came on there and told me, you look good, but what you should have did with that dress is that literally, as I was proving a point, literally came and here he comes telling me what's wrong with my appearance and what I should have done. He either said about my dress or my lipstick or something that I had on. He literally told me what I needed to fix. And that's when I said, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is my point. This is my point. I will have people on the same post on Instagram say, look at her nostrils. Oh my God, cheekbones is snatched. You look so good. Oh, look at and they're supposed to be paying attention to the content and keep making it about my appearance. But you look good. Oh my God, you look good. I didn't do this to look good. I am healthy because I do not want my daughter to be concerned with having to lift my big ass up, try to turn me over, do all these other things. So I am making it as simple for whoever has to care for me in the event that I need that individual care, that's simpler for them. I want to be able to pick up both of my thighs and walk up my 17 stairs from downstairs to upstairs without sitting down on the top step for 5 minutes trying to catch my breath. Because we are not talking about being healthy. We are talking about looking young, staying young, and being fly until you have to do this. And it's interesting living in Las Vegas, seeing older women with these swimsuits on, walking slow with these orthotic Easy Spirit sandals, and then get to the restaurant and they got to put their readers on to see the menu. But their hair, their nails, everything is on trend. And here they're coming. Well, what's wrong with that? Because wisdom. We don't have the people in my age group and above providing what the next generations need, which is information. We don't have that because they are at the nail salon. They are getting their frontals laid. They are too busy at the plastic surgeon and the dermatologist trying to not look old, even though that's the natural progression. I'm not saying don't be groomed. I'm saying quit trying to look 40 and you 72. Well, I look good. I look good. Based upon what? 70 looks like 42 until 42 shows up. And 42 looks like 22 until 22 shows up. Okay? And then you can see the difference. So why do it? Because you don't know who you are. Because you don't know who you are and you got a bunch of people telling you who you should be instead of being who you are. And then you want to get on here and get mad at me because I told you the truth. I told you the truth. If when you determine who you are, then you will not do that. You will not be somewhere doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You will not be Bozo's daddy at the club at 1 o'clock in the morning at 70 years old, trolling, telling the 20-year-olds you got a Bugatti outside and a mansion. Come on home with Mr. Earl. No. Or Jim, whomever, or Mario, Enrique. Absolutely not. You were born, you get your frontal lobe at 25, you start working towards your personal legend, and then you work on that for the rest of your life until you're no longer here, and then you leave a legacy behind. That's what you came here to do. You take care of this temple, you take care of your brain. Who knows what Botox and all this other shit injected in you is doing to your neurological pathways and all these other things that you're taking for you to look young. Who knows how many times you go under anesthesia to go have surgery? How many chemical peels, what it's doing to the epidermis of your skin? You don't know what that's doing. And now you get to your 70s and you're like, my body's just falling apart. I don't know what's wrong. Getting stuff put in, getting stuff taken out, getting all of this back and forth. The body knows what to do. Let the body do what it came here to do. It knows what to do. Stop trying to add shit to it and be the real you. And I'm not going to say that. I've been cautioned to not say it. But I will say that I am on the side of daily personal accountability. That's the side that I'm on. And if I've said something today as you watch it now or on the replay that hurt your feelings, check your feelings. Because you got to ask yourself, what is my intent? My intent is to teach you how to use this amazing brain, all of the regions, to create 860 trillion synaptic connections for you to become your best. But I'm not going to lie to you over here. I'm not going to tell you what you're doing is working for your brain, body, mind, and spirit if it's not. And if that hurts your feelings, good. At least I got your damn attention. I'm not here to make you feel good about making bad decisions or comfort decisions. We were not born to be comfortable. We were not born to repeat the same things over and 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 over again because you too chicken shit to take a risk. That's not why we're here. We have 6.8 billion adults being unaccountable and no one's saying we just need to start being personally accountable. Use your brain and all this can end. No one wants, everybody wants to just stay in their little niche and be comfortable. And then talk about people. Got Regina feeling bad because her hair is not long and her nose is big. So what? Your nose does the same thing as everybody else's nose. It smells. It alerts you of what's happening. That's what it does. And it brings things into the brain that you need and filters things out that you don't need, which is why you sneeze, and clears it out. It helps the rest of your body function. And so now she's being made to feel bad. For what? For what? So somebody else for a time can feel good until they're pushed to the side. All the people that were on trend in the early 2000s, where are they now? Now you got this new group of people who are going to get pushed out by the 2030s and then pushed out again because that shit ain't in no more. Now they got to deal with the fact that they're not what's popping. They're not the person that's in the room. For what? For what? Nothing. It's stupid and we need to stop doing it. Use your brain. Use every neuron, every synaptic connection to be you. And here is my final thing to say. When someone starts trying to tell you this is who you are and this is why you should do it, respond with why. Why? Why do I need to fill in the back of my eyebrows? Why? I can't even see my face most of the time unless I'm on the live. Why? Why do I need to look 30 and I'm 52? Why? Why do I need acrylic nails on? Why do I need a man? I've had enough of them in 23 years of dating and being married. I'm good. I got enough sample size to know it's time for me to do something different. Why? Why do I need to be at social events for what? Why? Why are you saying that to me? For what? I'm not forcing reading books on you. If you come over here, I'll tell you read 15 minutes a day. I'm not out in the middle of the street. Hey, motherfucker, you need to be personally accountable. Get your stupid ass over here and be personally accountable. But this thing, this collective thing that forces you to do this thing, for who? Why do I need that and who is that for? Trace it back to money. Trace it back to who is going to benefit from me not being me. And why would I do it if I'm not going to benefit from it? Why would I subject myself? Why would I create stress? Why would I let my amygdalas run my prefrontal cortex? For who? It makes absolutely no sense. So do not take that external anxiety in. Do not absorb it. Put your shield up. No. Do the work in your default mode network to say abso-fucking-lutely not. I'm not doing that shit. That doesn't make sense for me. Skin brushing. I skin brush every day. I started skin brushing in 2011 and I haven't stopped skin brushing. I'm 14 years into skin brushing because I live in the desert and I need to exfoliate my skin. And it does great for your circulation and it gets the dry skin off. And it's good for getting rid of cellulite and regulating your system. And oh, by the way, the final benefit is your skin is soft. That's why I do it. That's what's taking place. So do it because it benefits you. And if it doesn't benefit you, stop doing it. And stop caring. When you get rid of the unaccountable people in your life, guess what you're going to have to stop doing? Care about what other people think. Because people that are personally accountable and focused on best aren't going to tell you what to think. They're going to tell you how you can become your best. That's what they'll say. Hey, here's a synaptic connection. Here's a synaptic connection. Here's a synaptic connection. Here's a synaptic connection. And now you're going to get your own natural dopamine release. And that's what you're going to keep doing. And you're going to find that you don't have to keep shopping. You don't have to go keep purchasing it because you're producing it yourself. I'm going to make that a highlight and I'm out. Kevin, safe travels with you and the missus. You all enjoy every bit of your vacation. For the rest of you, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, safe space. Unless you're unaccountable, then you get what the fuck you deserve. Different brain t-shirt. You all go off and have a brain-tastic day. Take care.